All tournament, we asked the same question. Argentina escaped Cape Verde in the 111th minute. They came back from 2 down against Egypt. They survived 10 men against Switzerland. They broke England's hearts in 7 minutes. Every round, the escape act held. And we kept saying, eventually something has to break. Tonight, in New Jersey, it finally did. Argentina didn't have a single shot for 90 minutes. They finished with 10 men. And Lionel Messi's last dance ended in silence. Spain are champions of the world. The wall never cracked. The miracle finally ran out. How Spain strangled the final, what it means for Messi, the awards that told the real story, and the theory that finally got its answer. This is the verdict. Let's be honest about what this was. A suffocation. Spain had 68% of the ball and 20 attempts. Argentina, the reigning champions, the great survivors, did not manage a single shot in the entire 90 minutes. Not one. A World Cup final, and one of the 2 teams simply couldn't get out of their own half. Spain's defense, which had conceded exactly 1 goal in the whole tournament, was never even asked a question. And then the game turned, the way this Argentina side has lived and died all summer. On a fine margin, except this time it went against them. In stoppage time at the end of 90, Enzo Fernandez, already booked, flew into 19-year-old Pau Cubarsí and sent him spinning. Second yellow. And here's the part that matters, given everything this tournament has been accused of. The referee, Slavko Vincic, sent it to the new video review, and the review upheld it. The red card was checked, and it was correct. Argentina would play all of extra time a man down. For a team that couldn't create 11 against 11, 10 against 11 was a death sentence. Emi Martinez kept them alive with a record-breaking 11 saves, more than any keeper in the history of a World Cup final. But even he couldn't hold forever. Right at the start of the second period of extra time, substitute Ferran Torres arrived and smashed it past him. 1-0. That was the tournament. Spain were magnificent. But this final will be remembered for a man who barely touched the ball. This is the biggest video we've ever made. If the channel's coverage this month earned it, subscribe and tap hype. It's free, and it pushes us up the sport board. Now, Messi. This was almost certainly the last World Cup match Lionel Messi will ever play. And it was the quietest of them all. No goal, no assist, barely a sight of goal, behind a team that couldn't give him the ball in dangerous areas. Espan rated his performance 3 out of 10. 3. For Messi, in a World Cup final, the man who dragged Argentina through 4 impossible knockout rounds finally met a team that refused to let him have a single moment, and there was no 5th miracle left. The numbers close cruelly around him. He finishes on 8 goals. The golden boot goes to Mbappe. He wanted 1 more golden ball. He's the only player ever to win the tournament's best player award more than once. And at 39, dragging Argentina to back-to-back finals, he had a real case. It went to Rodri. Argentina wanted to become the first repeat champion since Brazil in 1962. Instead, they're the latest holders to fall short. For 16 years, the story was that Spain couldn't win the big one after 2010. Now it's Spain who look like an era, and Messi who walks off into the New Jersey night with nothing to add to a legend that needs nothing added. However his story ends from here, this is how the last dance actually finished. Dominated, a man up, and silent. Football doesn't do fairy tales on demand. Sometimes the wall just wins. And while Messi walked off, look at who walked up to collect the trophies. Because that told the real story of this tournament. Before Spain even lifted the World Cup, the individual awards were handed out, and Spain took almost all of them. Rodri, the midfield metronome, won the Golden Ball as the best player of the tournament. Unai Simon won the Golden Glove as the best goalkeeper. And the best young player of the entire World Cup? Pau Cubarsí, the 19-year-old centre-half who was the wall inside the wall, the anchor of a defense that conceded 1 goal in 7 games. The 17-year-old, by the way, that Enzo Fernandez fouled to get himself sent off. Only 1 major award left Spanish hands all night, Mbappe's golden boot. Everything else, Spain kept. And that is the part that should frighten the rest of the world. Because look at the ages. Cubarsí, 19, best young player on earth. Lamine Yamal, 19, already a European champion and now a world champion, the 3rd youngest player ever to appear in a World Cup final, behind only Pelé and Bergomi. This Spain team didn't just win. It won with teenagers at the spine of it, holding a trophy Messi has now, almost certainly, played for the final time. On the same pitch, on the same night, one era took its last bow and another one lifted the cup. Messi at 39, 3 out of 10, going home. Yamal and Kubasi at 19, on top of the world, with the next decade in front of them. That's not a result, that's a handover. So Spain owned the night, which finally answers a question this channel has been examining for 2 weeks. For most of this tournament, a huge part of the internet was certain of one thing, that the whole event was bending toward Lionel Messi. We examined that theory properly, both columns, prosecution and defense, and we said on this channel that it had an expiry date. If Spain won the final, the theory died overnight, because you cannot rig a tournament for a man who goes home a runner-up. Well, Spain won. Messi went home with silver, no goal in the final, a 3 out of 10, from a team that had a player sent off, a red card the video review looked at and confirmed. The officials didn't save Argentina tonight. The technology upheld the punishment against them. No late penalty, no 90-second miracle, no reprieve. The final testified, and it testified against the theory in the plainest way possible. That doesn't erase the questions from earlier rounds, the disallowed goals, the complaints. All of it still happened, and it's all still on the file. But the biggest game of all delivered the cleanest verdict there is. The best team won, under the letter of the new laws, and the man the whole thing was supposedly rigged for lost. Case, for now, closed. And maybe that's why this final will be remembered long after the celebrations are over. Not because it gave us another miracle, but because it finally ended the search for one. Argentina had escaped every challenge this tournament threw at them, but Spain gave them no way out, no comeback, no late twist, no final act of magic. On football's biggest stage, only one team imposed its identity. Spain didn't just lift the trophy, they earned their place among the greatest international sides ever. So, the last pick a side of this World Cup, and make it count. 1. Is this Spain side, European champions, now world champions, 1 goal conceded in 7 games, a clean sweep of the individual awards, holding the men's and women's trophies at the same time, the greatest international team we have ever seen. 2. Does Messi's quiet ending change his legacy 1 inch, or is he a man already beyond argument? And 3. After everything, the complaints, the escapes, the theory, did the right team just win the World Cup? Comments now. Best arguments from every side get pinned. This is where our tournament ends, and we want your verdict. From the first preview to the last whistle, thank you for watching this one with us. Subscribe, notifications on, tap hype if this month earned it. The tournament's done, but the debates don't stop here. Pitchside FC, pick a side.